YouTube, my name is Danica, and today I have the announcement of the giveaway winner, as well as my August wrap-up. So I'll do the announcement of the winner first, so you don't have to wait, and it's a signed copy of Anna and the French Kiss that I'm giving away. So I'm just going to go into random.org, I've got my laptop here, and pick a number. Right, generate. And the winner is 6, so that's Incredibly Deadly Viper, who's won the signed copy of Anna and the French Kiss. So I will be contacting her and letting her know. For my August wrap-up, I usually read about a book a week on average. So when I went back into August to count up the books I read, I was really surprised to have ended up with 10. I didn't even feel like I was reading a lot this month, but apparently I did. One of them was an audiobook, Bloody Jack by Meyer, that I've been listening to walking to and from work, which I really liked, and then I started listening to the sequel, and it kind of ruined the previous book for me. It made me realize there was sort of a pattern of the main character's drama all being caused by basically her being sexually harassed, and she's like 14 or so. And it made me really uncomfortable that that was always the source of tension, and it seemed kind of sexist. So when I first listened to it, I would give it like 4 out of 5. Now I would probably give it 3 out of 5 stars. The first book I read this month was actually Anna and the French Kiss, because I wanted to read it and decide if I loved it too much to give it away. And I did like it, but I don't think I liked it as much as most of BookTube did. I don't know, I feel like I've gotten to the point where I just can't read heterosexual love stories. Is that really terrible? It didn't do a ton for me, but it was a really fast read. I read it in like 2 days and I enjoyed it, but it wouldn't be the top of my list of reads this month. The second book I read was a memoir sent to me for review, Lies About My Family by Amy Hoffman, which I liked okay, but I didn't love. It was about average, like 3 out of 5 stars. And then I read a poetry book also sent to me for review, Word Hot by Mary Miriam, which again, I liked, but it was just okay for me. Another 3 out of 5 stars. And then I read Finding Bluefield, which was another one sent to me for review, and I really didn't like this book. I had a lot of issues with this book. It's written by a straight white guy, and it's about homophobia and racism in the South, and I thought it was trying to do a lot, and it's kind of a romance novel. I didn't think it pulled it off very well at all. It was actually kind of offensive in parts. I think I gave this one 2 out of 5, which I really rarely go under 3, so I actively disliked this book. After that, I read a book I've been meaning to read for years and just finally got around to it, and that's Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. I really enjoyed this book. It's sort of a post-apocalyptic slash dystopian book. It flashes back and forth from this post-apocalyptic world to the kind of dystopian world that led up to it. And I found it a really interesting premise, even though I thought sometimes the dystopian elements are a little over the top. It all worked. Margaret Atwood's a great author. It was definitely one of my favorite reads of the month. I don't think I'll be going on to the other books in the trilogy, because although I really liked this one, I didn't feel like it needed any more. I would be pretty happy with this as a standalone book. And after that, I read The End, 5 Queer Kids Save the World by Nora Olson, which I had really high hopes for because I love teen dystopian books, I love queer books, I love the title and the cover. I really thought I was going to love this book. And I did at first, but I didn't feel like it was really pulled off well at the end. I even thought that it could be seen as anti-bisexual, or the most unlikable characters were bisexual. The tone was kind of strange. It went from this really dystopian nuclear war to this kind of silly gods bickering over ownership of Earth. I still liked it, but I wanted more from it. And I read another one sent to me for review, The Furthest City Light by Jean Weiner, which actually has a lot of really positive reviews on different lesbian book blogs, And again, though, this was one that I didn't like. It was kind of a strange plot. I didn't really like the characters. Another one I think I gave 2 out of 5. So the next book I read was another attempt to find a good lesbian dystopian book, and that was The Magistrate, Book 1 in the Prism World trilogy by Kira Michelle Telford. And I got the blurb and I was so excited for this book, and then I saw the cover and I got significantly less excited, which may be a personal taste thing. I have to say the book kind of matched the cover to me, and the world building was weak. There was a lot of info dumping in the beginning. The main relationship in the book is between these two women that have a huge age gap. The main character meets her while she's still a child, and her love interest is at least in her 30s. That was not something that I enjoyed. This was, I think, another 3 out of 5 for me, and I won't be going on to the rest of the trilogy. And the last book I read for this month was If You Could Be Mine by Sarah Farazan, which I really liked. I was a little bit worried to start this book because the premise is that it's these 2 teenage girls in Iran who are in love, but in Iran it can get you killed to be gay. But you can legally get a sex change. So the main character decides that she should get a sex change so that she can legally be with her girlfriend. And I was really worried that this was going to be a transphobic book. I mean, you're talking about having the main character be cisgender, as in not trans, but having the premise of the book be about having a sex change and transitioning. It seems like it would be almost impossible for this not to be a transphobic book. It walked the line. It was kind of a tightrope walk of a book. I think it got away with it. It did have actual trans characters, and I think that you are supposed to spend the whole book looking at the main character and saying, this is a terrible idea, what are you doing? And I actually really enjoyed it. I loved the writing. I think it's just a beautiful book. It has this design at the beginning of each chapter. I've heard some mixed reviews after I finished it. I saw that people have differing opinions on this book, but I really liked it and I would recommend this one. So those were the books I read in August. All but Anna and the French Kiss and Bloody Jack by L.A. Meyer. I will have reviews up at the Lesbrary. Thank you to everyone who entered the giveaway. I will definitely be keeping your suggestions in mind. I do plan to do a bookshelf tour at some point, but I might be moving soon, so I'm not sure that right now is the best time. I'll definitely be doing more tags, and it was a lot of fun to do a giveaway, and thank you for participating. Let me know if you have any opinions on any of the books I've read, and thank you for watching. Bye!